Hey, this is Flo and welcome back to Advent of Packages. In this episode we will have a look at ScrollViewReactiveHeader, which is part of the SwiftUI library. If you want to learn more about the SwiftUI library, I have a video made just on that topic. It will be linked in the video description down below, so be sure to check that out after you finish watching this episode. Okay, ScrollViewReactiveHeader, as the name says, is a different kind of scroll view that lets you specify a header that has a very slight scrolling effect. Okay, so you can see it here in the video. This package is super easy to use as it just contains a single view struct, which is called ScrollViewReactiveHeader. And the way it works is that you need to specify a background for the header, a foreground for the header, and then the content of your actual scroll view. So in this case, the image here would be the background, the text would be the foreground, and then everything here after good afternoon would be my scrolling content down here in the example. Okay, as always, I've already prepared my example project here where I have imported ScrollViewReactiveHeader, and I have also added a little image that I just downloaded from Unsplash that we can use for the header background. So let's first of all import the package. So it will be called ScrollViewReactiveHeader. And then in our body, let's remove the text. And let's add ScrollViewReactiveHeader, the struct. Let's open parentheses. Then you can already see what all you need to enter. Just press enter here in the first closure, enter in the second closure, and enter in the third closure. The first closure is the background for the header. So for this we will use the image that I just showed you, which is called Unsplash. Let's make it resizable. Let's make it scaled to fill. And let's give it a frame. We don't care about the width. All we care about is the height. Let's say it will be 300 pixels high, or 300 points rather. And then let's also make it clipped. Then our header overlay, we will just add a VStack with a text that should be shown at the top, then a spacer, and then a text that should be shown at the bottom. Let's also make this 300 of height. Okay, for the body, let's just add a VStack with a for each inside with, let's say, 10 rectangles with an ID of self. We don't care about the number here. Okay, let's just create a rectangle like this. Let's fill it with a blue color. Let's give it a frame with a specified height of 200, for example. Okay, and then for the configuration here, let's just hit enter, open parentheses, and then you can see you can specify whether the status bar is shown. So let's say true there, and then you can also specify a background color. And if you don't care about that, you can also just fully remove that argument. Let's run this app in the simulator now and have a look at how the package works. Okay, so as you can see, we can barely tell our text here. So to fix that, we will just go back to our VStack and add a foreground color of white, run again. And now you can see we have our top text, we have our bottom text, and then we have our header image in the background. And now we have our rectangles here at the bottom. And if we start to scroll, then you will see there is a very subtle scroll animation going on in the header, and then at the top it will also fade out. As it scrolls up, the bottom view will actually cover the header, so the bottom text here will get covered first, and then everything will fade out over time. Okay, that's already it for this package. I think you can use this in a few places. For example, as the example showed, Spotify would be a great place, somewhere where you have a big artwork for a section of your app and then a lot of content that also fits to that section. So for example, you would have like a playlist or an album icon here, and then a bunch of songs or lyrics or whatever down below that the user can then scroll through. Okay, that's already it from this episode. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I will see you in the next one. Bye.